It's not the same thing you have. I don't agree.
Zach, can you hear me, Zach?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can't see you though.
All right, you don't need to see me. We're starting in 20 seconds. You're gonna be up on the
20.
screen. They might be able to hear us right now. I don't know who's up. I don't know. We'll see.
It's make each day your masterpiece.
Yep, that's the quote of the day, baby. You got it today. All right,
I got it.
Queuing in 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and we are live. What's up? We got Zach Louth in the building. He's not really in the building. He's in he's outside right now. Yes, he's gonna speak to us about the quote of the day today at the start of the show. Welcome, Zach Louth. What's up, man?
What's up? Glad to be here.
Yeah, it's a pretty big time show. We only have like people like Robert Downey Jr. on it, Will Smith, and now we have you. So what you got to share with us?
It's an honor.
It's an honor.
So, should I just jump into the quote of the day?
Just jump right into it. It's your world.
All right. So the quote of the day today is make each day your masterpiece. And when I was sitting around thinking about that, there were a couple phrases in there that really stuck out to me. And the first one is the first word, make, which to me means acting intentionally throughout the day. It's a pretty easy for us as we go throughout our days to kind of just go with the flow in all of our interactions, whether it's, your basketball workouts, school, the way you interact with family, whatever. But if you're truly making each day your masterpiece, you're taking each one of those things and you're acting intentionally to try to make it the best you possibly can. So if it's a workout, you're focusing on each rep, doing each rep to the best of your ability, as opposed to just trying to get it over with, being mindful about everything you're doing. If it's the way you sleep at night, being mindful that, every time you go to sleep, your body's recovering. So if you can get to sleep sooner, or if you can sleep in a way to where your sleep is better, you're trying to do that to make each day your masterpiece. The other phrase that I think is really important is the each day part, because anyone can do something one day. If somebody takes 1,000 shots in a day, that's great. But that person is never going to be as successful as the person that consistently takes 200 shots every day, because they're trying to do it over and over and over. And the consistency is where you get growth. So make each day your masterpiece. That's what I take from it. Try to focus on everything you do throughout the day, every day, and have that day be as perfect as you can make it.
That's a great point. I was thinking that as I'm learning about other people in life, that the anxiety level for some people trying to take each and every single day. Would you count a day of rest as part of your masterpiece?
Absolutely. I mean, the one part, one of the 5 words is your, and you can make the decisions on what makes your specific day each day a masterpiece. Every day doesn't need to be 100 miles an hour. Every day shouldn't be 100 miles an hour. There needs to be days where you're throttling back, you're resting. But at the same time, when we're saying make each day your masterpiece, you're being mindful of how best to do that. So if you're truly taking a day to rest, to stay off your feet, truly do that. I mean, if you're like calling it a rest day, you can't skip your workouts, but then go ride your bike for 10 miles, be mindful of what your purpose on each day is.
I would say, like, since it says masterpiece on there, you're thinking of, like an artist. If you had a blank canvas and all you did was just put one color the entire time, that wouldn't really be a masterpiece at all. So you need some blank spots in there. You need some reds. You need some blues. But it's kind of how you do it. Like you said, like if you take a day off, how about like ice on that day, and other things like that. There's always something that you can do to get better, even if it's doing nothing that particular day.
Exactly. Stretching, yoga, whatever it is, however you can recuperate. If you're taking a day off, try to do that to the best of your abilities. If you're spending a day with your friends and your family, be mindful of your interactions with people and try to have those interactions be as productive as possible.
I like that.
It's just whatever the day is.
Now, all right, since it says masterpiece and we think of artist, and I always hear the saying, it's like he's like the Rembrandt of this or like that. So the word Rembrandt is like the highest one. In basketball, we have Jordan-esque, right? Out of every human being, this is a deep question. Out of every human being that has ever lived, who would you say was most mindful and most efficient at creating their masterpiece? And it could be an actual artist, it could be an athlete, it could be a president, anyone that you possibly think. Who should we look at as like the end all be all in your mind? In
my mind, yeah, because I guess that's all relative. But everyone talks about Kobe's mentality, Mamba mentality, and I think a lot of that is working hard, being consistent, showing up every day. So Kobe's probably the one that most people in basketball circles talk about when they're talking about making each day a masterpiece, just grinding it out and making that day the best you possibly can.
That's pretty good. There's a movie coming out about Napoleon, and I heard that he trained himself to sleep for 4 hours a night just so he could like practice battle plans. And I think Kobe had the same mindset, like including like reading books about battle plans and stuff. So that's a good one. But yeah, all right. Thank you so much, Zach. You've been great, man.
Thanks for having me. See you at the workout.
All right, we'll see how the rest of the show goes. Last time the whole show broke down, but I kept it as bare bones as possible. We're going to see if you didn't break the show. No, I'm joking, man. You made the show. Thank you so much.
See you, John.
All right, peace out, homie. All right, and we are done with that. And I hope, let me see. In meeting. All right. I hope that the show is still surviving. Hope that you guys are there out there. If you're watching that stuff, that was a great quote of the day that was presented to us by Zach Louth. Zach is a former college player. He's Kiernan's father. He's Kiernan and Declan's father. Sorry. And he also helps train them so much in their spare time. It's a very lucky person to have in their lives. We all can't have a dad that played basketball and like is willing to work out with us every single day. But at least you have Limitless Hoops. And what we hope that you have right by your side is this book, which we go by, and that's where we got the quote of the day today. So make each day your masterpiece. It tells you what to do every single day. That's the cool part. And I think that was the part that I was missing. And actually, I developed this book because it just wasn't there. And I was like, what do kids need? What do kids need? What do kids need? Like, not what do I want? Not what can I afford or whatever. I was like, what do people need? And I kept realizing that they just don't know what to do on a daily basis. And I didn't want to say kids are dumb. So I was like, dude, like maybe you shouldn't know what to do. Because I'm your coach. I'm supposed to like tell you what to do, right? And just like your teachers tell you what to do, and it's a daily process. That's when I was like, you know what? They should know what to do absolutely every single day of the year. Why not? Why not just give them some advice? Why not just give them some like things? Like so, while the book isn't like the absolute hardest thing, what I realize is every single day, doing it every single day, just like Zach said, that is especially hard because the mind to be that strong, I mean, that's just an extremely amazing process to try to get your mind to be so strong that you do something every single day. Speaking of every single day, we have our schedule coming up. All right, I still don't know the schedule. Like, sadly, all right, but if you go to jamball.com, head over there with me. Let's go to jamball.com, all right? And if you go there on the phone, it looks a little bit different. But if you click on this one right there, the Jam 2013 23, whatever year we're in, schedules. Right here, if you click on the boys in 4th and 5th, we'll see if their games are up there by now. And we still do not have those games. How about the 5th and 6th? So this is where I'm looking, okay? And if you open each one, you can see that the schedules aren't up here yet for not even this weekend, but they swear by tonight. If you look at the top of the website, oh, it doesn't say it anymore, but it did. By the top, it says by tonight that they'll have this weekend up, and then over the course of the weekend they'll put the future weeks up there. So we are still just playing the waiting game. And once they get on this site, I will add them to our booking page immediately. So know that I'm doing my part, baby. I'm doing my part. But with that said, we are eventually going to change things over to Limitless Hoops, okay? Where we will have the weekly league schedules that are actually, it's already even on there. All right, if you click right here, you can see the schedules, what they're going to be. I might change the names of the teams as the teams join, but we're going to have the schedules for you as soon as these teams sign up. So you can see things well into the future. All right, so that's how I want it to be, but we will get there eventually. I'm sure that there will be problems with this way too. They're going to be like, oh, I don't want to know my schedule that far in advance. I don't know. There's problems with everything, but let's just go with the flow for right now and figure it out. All right, let's talk about our itinerary. All right, our itinerary for the day. We got the stuff in the future is the wall floor tap dribbles. All right, then we got double team step through, play with key points, scale hype. 4 to 9 seconds down by 3 with free throws, 5-on-5 winners run. All right, I like 5-on-5 winners run because we're gonna make you run like a true run, like a true sprint. It's like a 3-minute Nastro. If you win, not if you lose. So you have to try so hard to win, and then you basically have to do a consequence. I love switching things around like that. We do the same with our one-on-one, where we have a kid play one-on-one, and if you stop them on defense, you stay on defense. Normally, it's like you stop them on defense to get the ball, but we want to switch your mentality. I want to switch your mentality in this 5-on-5 game to where winners run, because that's kind of how it is. If you win so much, they're going to make you go to college and play basketball. And other people in college, they're just like, I saw them. I saw them with my own eyes, man. They're out there just suntanning out there, taking naps, playing frisbee, golf all day. And I got to go to like war every single day in the gym. It's a hard life. Then I had to play pro and just like ruin my knees and stuff like that. Man, I couldn't even walk sometimes. It's a pro and a con. It's like you have this elevated status, you have everyone's eyes on you, sometimes you have like money, and then you're playing this like awesome game, but then there's like negatives that come along with it. All right, so that drill is for that. The stuff that we did in the past, we got 2-on-1 break, flares, baseline to balance defense, 5-second count extension, 49 seconds down by 3, 5-on-5 oldest versus youngest. I like the oldest versus youngest as well for that same reason, because it's like, now you get a chance to just like try against like the older guys who maybe get some more playing time over you for no reason, and you get to show what you have. All right. Once we start all this stuff back up, that will be starting in January, where we have the Tuesday, Thursday practices back on our slab of things that we do. All right. And I can't wait to start this stuff back up. The stuff that we would have been doing tonight is the Manu Ginobili layup, handoff to 2 shots, offensive free throw rebound, side right, 0 to 3 seconds down by 3 with free throws, and a 5-on-6 press break. For this 5-on-6 press break, it's not to do anything except to make it crazy. Because when you're out there against a really good team and they're pressing, it seems like they have 6 people. You're like, dude, like, they're everywhere, right? Or maybe you have a guy on your team who can't catch the ball or can't dribble the ball, and you have to figure out a press without that guy. Or maybe he's just like a silly player who just runs down the court and goes, good luck, guys. I don't want to be any part of this, right? And you have to figure it out. So we go 5-on-6 press break just to kind of like simulate the pressure of top teams. Right. As for side and right, last time I talked to you guys about some plays. Let's talk about some plays again, okay? So we got side and we got right. All right, for side and right, all right, here's the offense. We got yellow on offense right here, okay? So we got just our outside people. We have our inside people. All right, for side and for right, we will go with the right. No, with the side first. Side. All right. So basically, it goes like this. If he's open, you pass the ball, and then you cut, of course. All right. But now, if he's not open, you're gonna dribble at him, and right when you take one dribble, he's gonna cut back door or come for a handoff. If he comes for a handoff, well, that play is called 180. So we're not doing that one right now. But if he goes back door just off that dribble, that's called side. That's our entire play. All right. It's called it's a play call, but we don't really call it. It's just something that we just do so we can like know the verbiage of it. So we call it side. All right. So if they dribble at you, you cut back door, and you can cut all the way through to the opposite side. All right. Or you can wait right here if they happen to swing the ball because he's going to dribble out. The inside players can switch. Then this guy comes up. Then we swing the ball, and now you're right here trying to get open. And you, right here, since there's no screen down, you're going to do an L cut. All right? And that would be side. Now, he might do side again and dribble right at you again. So if he thinks that the guy is right here guarding you, if he's out here in the lane guarding you, we will have to go side or we'll have to go 180. It depends on how they guard you, okay? Now, if we go right, that's if we pass the ball to this guy. If we pass the ball to this guy will cut back door. So there's similar plays, but it's like, but it's cued off two different things. So if he cuts back door, that would be a low bounce pass, right by your knee bounce pass. You don't even like, you can like turn your head, but don't turn your body. You keep your body facing the toward half court. All right. And if it was this guy over here, because they can switch wherever they want, it would be this guy going back door. So that's just the difference between side and right. Same cut from two different ways, from two different cues. All right. Let's move on. Let's check to see what kind of homework you guys have been doing. All right, we got Kieran with the back down series. Okay. Yo, I think that back down series is the most dominant thing that we have, man. Mid-range shot, ambidextrous free throws. Ambidextrous free throws is great. 7-minute shooting right there. I saw that. All right, Melo's epic drill right there. Nice job. Let's check out Melo's epic drill. Let's see what he's been doing. Let's see if the epic drill is epic or if it's just a drill. All right, let's check out Melo's epic drill. Where is that thing? Where's that thing right there? All right, we got, I really can't find it. There it goes, right there. All right, so let's check out Melo's epic drill and maybe even, let me see, 7-minute drill cut off for some reason. I'm sure you got like 1,000,000 points. Don't worry about that. The ambidextrous free throws is right there. But where's Melo's epic drill? Right there. Let's check out Melo's epic drill. Look at the little dude shooting too. Okay, epic drill's tough. You don't want to catch it with two hands. All right, again, you want to catch it with just the one. You want to catch it with the one on top. That was close. All right, so I like this because he's getting better the entire time. All right, I think it would be extremely hard, extremely difficult if someone got perfect at this but didn't get way better at basketball. I think it's impossible. I would love to see it. How about someone try that? Get perfect at just this drill. Get perfect at it. Get perfect at it and see if you're not the most dominant player on the court. Oh man, that little kid next to him, he's insane, by the way. He's insane. Oh wait, who else got this thing? Is this Weston's epic drill? Weston said that he's practiced to improve. Nice shot. Oh, don't catch it with two hands, Weston. Don't catch it with two hands. See, you want to try to catch it with the hand that shot it, the hand that shoots it, like this. As the ball comes back down, that hand bounces it. Instead of catching it, the hand bounces it from the sky, one and then between the legs. I'm not saying that it's easy. I'm saying that that's the drill and how it's supposed to be. All right? Anyways, let's check our story of the day. All right? Watch it. If you ask a D1 basketball player where they would have gone if they didn't make a D1 team, they'd probably say to a D2 or D3 or any level they could go. Non-D1 players are more likely to have a limit to how low they'd go because they're not 100% dedicated to the sport in the first place. they're more about the glory than the game. All right, so that could be problematic, okay? Where I'm telling you, you play basketball in college no matter what, and you're like, I got a scholarship to go to Yale, and it's not on a basketball scholarship, but it's on academic, and I can't make that team, but I can make this JUCO basketball team. It's like, okay, nah, within reality, of course, all right. But I'm just saying the mentality the mentality has to be there of, if this basketball dream of mine does not work out, I'm gonna go anywhere I got to go to keep playing. What most kids start thinking is, I want to be a pro, and you got to realize at some point in time, the trajectory of where you are, you can tell that you're not gonna quite make it here. Here. You can tell. You can tell at some point in time that you're not going to quite be the best basketball player in the entire world. Okay, maybe not an NBA All-Star. Okay, maybe not an NBA player. But what's going to happen when that comes into fruition? Because, again, your goal is to become the best possible player that you can become. So let's say that the best possible player that you could become is a D2 basketball player. That needs to be your goal. But you can't say that, obviously. So you have to say NBA. So once the NBA becomes very apparent that you can't make it there, probably like your junior year or something like that, right? The goal is still to make it to your highest. But if you get sad and you're like, oh man, I can't make the NBA, I'm not an NBA player, probably only a D1 or a D2, all of a sudden you get so sad that you don't keep working out. And then when you don't keep working out, now you don't even become a D3 player. Now you just like maybe do varsity, and then you're in trouble because now you didn't become a D anything basketball player, and your basketball trajectory was actually supposed to make D2, and then you were going to transfer your second year to a D1, and then you were going to make the NBA draft because you grew late. You didn't know it. You didn't know it. You just knew that you weren't D1 at the time, which was true. It was true. But then you told yourself, oh, no, I see where I'm headed. And you gave up too early. All right? You can't give up until you have to give up. And again, it's just a sport. And that mentality is going to take you there. So even if you end up being nothing in college, whatever it happens, but it was truly your highest, you've reached your highest. And that taught you so much for life that will echo throughout your life. It'll echo throughout your life. It'll keep repeating itself throughout your life, and it'll affect every facet of your life in such a positive way. You have to trust me. What's up, Caleb? If you're here, check it in the comment section, please. All right. So make sure that you guys are putting in that kind of effort. Make sure that you guys understand all that. All right, and just keep going. All right, let's check the movie of the day. Movie of the day is a fun one. I don't know how many movies that we have like this, but this movie. It has a song to it. I know I've sang this song before, but it's time to get live. It's time to represent Sunset Park. What time is it? All right. It's about urban basketball playing youth, which means black kids, coached by a little white lady from Cheers, Rhea Perlman. All right. But man, this movie's funny. It's interesting. They have the number one child actor who isn't a child, the dude from Onyx in this movie. He's a bald-headed black dude. I don't know what his real name is. What's up, Kieran and Declan Lope? All right. But this guy right here, his name's Busy Bee. They call him Busy Bee. All right, because he is hyper. I know some of you guys have shot this exact shot. You know you have. All right, but he was super hyper. Loved to play defense. Wore the goggles, and he was just like screaming all the time. They have a very unique blend of players. They have this guy named Drano who can't miss a shot. They got the crazy dude who's played by Terrence Howard. I don't know his name, but he like pulled out a machete at some point in time. That's why this is the 12th grade movie of the month. It is rated R, but like I think it's rated R because of violence. And like, violence is like one of those we don't care things. Parents care about like the drug use and they care about like sexual stuff. If it's violence, they're like, whatever. It's just shoot 'em up. No one really gets shot in this movie, I don't believe. they get shot at. I think maybe I don't know, but I don't think that this is like warranted of like such a high rating. So I would recommend it to anyone above like honestly 4th grade. But I'm a weird movie watcher, so ask your parents. But this is the 12th grade movie of the month. It's called Sunset Park. I love this movie. I'm gonna give it 44 stars. I mean, it's corny in parts, it's cool in parts, but like I don't know, it was just a really fun movie to watch during my high school like life, and I think that you guys would enjoy it too. So watch that movie. And but for the other songs, there was a song in Cool Runnings. There was also a song in song in White Man Can't Jump. We going Sizzler, we going Sizzler. There's a lot of movies that have songs in them. Where everyone's singing. I think like we remember the Titans had a song too. All right, so this one is one of those movies that has a song. So that's what I kind of remember about it. But yeah, watch the movie. Let me know what you think, and let's check out the trivia question today. Trivia question is brought to you by 50 All Stars. We are supporting this time. All right, coming at you. All right, so anyways, we have Kieran Louth with 5, Caleb with 3, Noah with 2, Teo with 2 as well, and Blake Bastani with 0. If you're gonna be on our list, don't have a name that is close to A, because that will put you up to the top part and make you look like a dummy, even if you're not watching the show. But yes, all right. So that's what we have right here. And did I look up the quote? I did. Oh, this trivia question I got wrong again. I did not know this. So good luck with that. You can only answer one time, no matter what. You can only answer once. The trivia question today is, which NBA basketball team drafted Dominique Wilkins? That's the question. I don't have music today, but yes, I'll turn this music up. Which NBA team drafted Dominique Wilkins in 1982? You can look it up on Google. If you know it, you can just put it. Which NBA team drafted Dominique Wilkins? Which NBA team drafted Dominique Wilkins? He's a high flyer known as the human highlight film. The Hawks. The Hawks is the wrong answer. That was what I thought. You knew it was going to be a trick question. I told you it's going to be a trick question. All right. Which NBA team drafted Dominique Wilkins? Again, the human highlight film. First guy to really windmill it. Like, he was an amazing dunker. That's the answer. The answer is the Utah Jazz is the answer. Yes, apparently and Kieran got it right. So let me add that point real quick before I forget. All right. Apparently, the Utah Jazz. Wilkins was selected 3rd overall behind James Worthy and Terry Cummings. Terry Cummings, really? Terry Cummings, wow. I mean, James Worthy is very good, though. By the Utah Jazz in 1982 NBA draft. However, Wilkins was not willing to play in Utah. Wasn't going to play in Utah. You know how many people have probably said that? Like a zillion. At the same time, the Jazz were reeling from cash flow problems. As a result, the Jazz traded Wilkins to the Atlanta Hawks several months after the draft. For John Drew, Freeman Williams, and $1 million in cash. Despite Wilkins' reluctance to play in Utah, the trade is now considered among the most lopsided deals in the NBA history, as Drew and Williams would play a combined 4 seasons for the draft. That's a very, very lopsided trade. Amazing that the Jazz, in the history, they've gone further than the Hawks, which is so funny, right? The Jazz, I think, came out better. I mean, if you're going to count it, because they probably did worse, so they got better picks in subsequent drafts, they wouldn't have got Karl Malone or John Stockton. So, I mean, it probably worked out the best for them, because Atlanta never really went that far. So, I don't know. Things happen for a reason. It happens. But, yeah, only certain people want to go to Utah for obvious reasons. I'm not going to state them here. But let's go to our last slide. What are we talking about? We're talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo. I remember being on this show, I believe, trying to pronounce Antetokounmpo, and I was like, will I be able to say it? Is it Antetokounmpo? And now we just say it like it's nothing, Antetokounmpo, because he's famous now. But how famous will his Bucks be? He said, if we're not winning, I don't want to stay here. They won a championship a couple of years ago. Dude, Does that make him great? Does that make him not great? I mean, because you should always let him win. And he realized he can't do it alone. Now he's paying $50,000 a workout for Akeem Olajuwon because he's trying to up his game, which is great. Try to work on his shooting, but I think that his muscles are too in the way, man. His build is just too weird to be shooting. I don't know. All right. So, where's his team gonna go? They said if they can't keep Drew Holiday, that this guy probably won't stay. All right. Should you just keep trying to win championships? I think that's a great hunger thing. And should you be honest enough to admit that you can't win one alone? Well, I think if you split up all the superstars, well, we probably have like 14 superstars in the league. I think it'd be a pretty good league. But as soon as you put two of them together, then they're going to dominate. So now you got to put two more together, and then they got to put three together. And it just like adds up to this big thing where only 5 teams can win it all. It's a strange thing. All right, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe they go deep enough to where he can do it. But just last year, he got hurt in the first round. If he didn't get hurt in that first round and they went deep into the playoffs, we wouldn't even be talking about this. So the ultimate solution, win your games. Make sure you win your games. Anyways, the quote of the day, as told by Zach Louth, is make each day your masterpiece. I hope you guys are doing that yourself, okay? Even if you have to take a rest day, whatever, you make it masterful. You plan on each and every single day, all right? Make each day your masterpiece. He focuses on every single word. I like to do that myself. All right, that's my time. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.